No, I think either way we're trying to find ways to improve and come out, and sometimes when you lose, you're really hungry too. So I don't know. I didn't really notice too big of a difference.
What can you tell us about Jake and the job that he did? Obviously the awards, but he's really coming together for him, isn't it?
Yeah, he had a great game. I thought he was able to put 4 quarters together and made some great decisions and threw some nice balls, particularly in the red zone. Was pretty efficient with it and took care of the football. And I think we had the 1 sack, but it was only a 2-yard loss. He did a good job just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. So there's a lot of positives to take away from it. Yeah, I hope that continues moving forward.
Is that a case? I mean, it's like the national media's discovered him also. Is it a case like he just broke through, or have you sort of seen this coming?
We saw it in a little bit at the end of last year, where he had, he was playing at a pretty high level, and I think the consistency for a 4-quarter deal and staying healthy was something that we had a little bit of concern with, and yeah, so I mean we saw it and knew he was capable of it, and then it was just great to see him put a full game together yesterday, or this last Saturday, and do it on the road.
So his ability not to turn the ball over, how important is that?
It's huge. I mean, that's the statistic that we talk about all the time as a coaching staff, and emphasize it in everything that we do. And so we put a lot of emphasis on that at the QB position, at all positions. And so to see him go out there and make great decisions and take care of it, keep 2 hands on the football. And then I thought it was impressive. There were some pass plays that weren't there, and he was smart enough to either throw it away or get to his check down, and I thought he did a nice job of that. So yeah, pleased to see that for sure.
I know you guys have wanted to get the ball. Isaiah's had such a good year. I know you guys want to spread the ball around. It didn't look like it from a numbers standpoint necessarily in this game, but some big catches from Tyjon for the touchdown, Colby, some big things, and Teagan even. I know you want to probably spread it out a little more, but do you like kind of maybe the way you guys are able to get some of those guys in big situations the ball and they produce?
Yeah, no, I think those we have some talented players, some other talented players, and we want to take advantage of their skill set and find ways to get them involved and make plays for us. And yeah, we'd like to get those. I think those guys are capable, and we'd like to continue to find more ways to get all those guys involved and take a little bit of the pressure off of Hodge.
I know Isaiah's like, lots of teams trying to double team, do things, take him away, but he credited you for getting into different positions to get open. Is it kind of fun to try and figure out a place to get him to where he can continue the success he's had?
Yeah, I think we try to move him around, and he's a super talented player, and can play in the slot, he can play outside, and so yeah, trying to be creative to where people can't always pinpoint exactly where he's going to be, and just take advantage of his skills is something that we're trying to do as an offensive staff.
You guys have run the ball really well this year. You're going up against a Utah team that doesn't let you run the ball. Coach Smith said yesterday sometimes maybe a 3 or 4 yards is a really good play on a run. Do you feel that way, and do you maybe get concerned if you don't get some success to maybe want to go away from it or try stuff? How do you kind of stay focused on doing what you guys want to do?
Yeah, no, I mean they're a super talented defense and extremely physical, rally to the ball. They don't give up a lot of big runs, and so yeah, I think there's as a play caller you got to stay patient with it, and understand that maybe 3, 4, 5 yard run is good, and you're not always going to hit the huge ones. Maybe those come later in the game, and so I think that that's something that we've talked about as a staff is we got to continue to try to stay balanced and establish our run game, and that'll help open up other things for us.
Do you feel like Jamar's getting healthier and that you've got a lot more depth there?
Yeah, I think Jamar. I feel like he's getting, he's looking better at practice, and I mean, it's just day by day, and we'll see, and just hopefully he continues. But I feel like he's made progress in the last couple of weeks, and just hopefully we can get him back to, where he's closer to 100% and he's able to practice, more during the week. And I just think for him, just a little rusty, not having practiced, a lot in the last couple of weeks, and hopefully we can get him back going this week.
Their pass defense is pretty good too. I mean, they stopped the air raid pretty convincingly. Sort of, what kind of challenges did they present for you there, and why are they what makes them so good?
Every kind of challenge. Well, I think it starts up front with them, and their front is one of the most talented in the country. That defensive line can get after you, and they were able to get pressure, rushing 3 and sometimes four guys and playing coverage. I mean, it just makes it a challenge. I think the other thing about their defense is they're extremely well coached. I mean, they rally to the ball. So maybe if you hit a seam in there, I mean, they're rallying to it and shutting you down, preventing you from hitting an explosive play. And then I think their secondary is really talented. I mean, the corners, nickel, they're just they're one of the best defenses that we've faced, and traditionally they're one of the top defenses in the country. So we've got huge challenge ahead of us this week, but I'm excited. I'm excited for our guys. I think we got some good players, and I think they're excited for the opportunity.
So as you get ready for that, how do you feel about the way your pass protection's been the last couple of weeks?
There's always room for improvement. Look at it from at this point last year. I think we've come a long way, and I think a lot of that starts with the QB. Just when things break down, having answers and getting rid of the ball, and not taking sacks. And so I think we've improved as an offense in that category. But it'll be a huge challenge for us. It'll be a huge challenge for us this week, and it's something that we'll emphasize.
Quarterback's got some wheels too.
What's that?
He's got some wheels.
Yeah, that was. We had that in there. We didn't feel like people would be really expecting him to run with it, and then they were all packed in the box trying to stop AP in a 4-minute drill, and felt like it was a play that Coach Mahalchek had. We'd intended to call it a little bit closer to the goal line, but had kind of a good look for it, and it was good to see Jake. I hadn't seen him run that fast in a while.
How fun was that last drive to call to see, to take 7 minutes off and kind of close the game out?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, it was good to see our guys execute, and that's something that we challenged the whole team, is putting a 4-quarter game together. And offensively, we had a couple games where we'd had a good half and kind of not done much in the other half. And so to see us be able to take the time off the clock and execute in a 4-minute drill and ultimately close the game out, I mean, that was something as a coaching staff that we were pretty pleased to see.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.